Faith is not proven when everything is calm. Faith is proven when life hits you so hard, you start questioning whether you can stand back up. Some of you are new to this walk. You just started praying seriously. You opened the Bible and expected clarity, peace, direction. Instead, life got louder, pressure increased, old wounds surfaced. Others of you have been walking with Christ for years. You know the verses, you serve faithfully. You've held the line longer than people know. And now you're tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. Both of you will face the same moment. The moment where things fall apart. Jesus never lied about this. He said it plainly in John 16:33. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Trouble is not a sign you failed God. Trouble is part of the calling. The mistake many believers make is thinking hardships means God stepped away. Scripture says the opposite. Psalm 66:10 says, "For you, O God, test us. You refine us like silver." Refining is not gentle. Fire does not ask for permission. The Crimson Fist did not choose their trial. Their home burned, their brothers died, their foundation collapsed, and yet they stood, not because they felt strong, but because they refused to quit. This is the posture of a real faith. Some of you are there right now. Rock bottom doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like waking up tired every day. Sometimes it looks like praying with no emotion. Sometimes it looks like going through the motions while your heart feels hollow. The Bible never shames people for hitting rock bottom. It meets them there. Psalm 34:19 says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all." Notice it doesn't say a few afflictions. It says many. Righteousness does not mean protected from collapse. It means carrying through it. The Crimson Fist almost lost everything, and yet they did not abandon their duty. They did not surrender to despair. They did not turn their pain into bitterness. They endured. This is what faith looks like when it grows up. A lot of people think faith has to be visible to be real. Always energetic, always confident, always smiling. This is not biblical. Job sat in ashes. David wept in the caves. Elijah collapsed under a tree and asked God to take his life, and God did not shame them. Isaiah 40:20 says, "He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might he increases strength." Not to the loud, not to the impressive, to the faint. Unyielding faith does not mean you never fall. It means when you fall, you refuse to stay down. Micah 7:8 says, "Though I fall, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light." Bloodied, outnumbered, and still standing. For my brothers and sisters who are new to this walk, hear this clearly. Following Jesus does not make life easy. It makes it anchored. You will still struggle, you will still doubt, and you will still feel weak. But you will not be abandoned. Hebrews 13:5 says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." This is not a feeling, it is a promise. When you feel like you don't belong yet, remember this. The early disciples failed constantly. They doubted, they fled, they denied Christ, and he still calls them brothers. Your faith doesn't need polish, it needs perseverance. And for my brothers and sisters of Christ who have been walking with Christ for a long time, and you're exhausted, hear this. Being tired does not mean you are weak. It means you've been carrying weight. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not grow weary for doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." The harvest is not instant. Sometimes it comes after everything feels empty. The Crimson Fist didn't rebuild overnight. They rebuilt with scars, with missing brothers, with memories that never went away. And they still said, "We endure." This is your calling too. 2 Corinthians 4:16 says, "So we do not lose heart, though our outer self is wasting away. Our inner self is being renewed day by day. You may feel worn. You may feel like you don't have much left. God does not ask for what you don't have. He asks you not to surrender what remains. Endurance is worship. Romans 5:3-4 says, suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Hope that lasts does not come from comfort. It comes from surviving the fire without abandoning God. I know this generation is tired, lonely, distracted, and spiritually thin. But the answer is not escape. The answer is unyielding faith. Faith that stays when prayers feel unanswered. Faith that keeps opening the word even when it feels dry. Faith that refuses to turn bitterness into identity. Ephesians 6:13 says, having done all, to stand firm. Not to feel good, not to win applause, to stand. Be like the crimson fist, struck down but not destroyed, reduced but not erased, wounded but still faithful. You may lose comfort, you may lose certainty, you may even lose people, but you do not lose Christ. And if you do not lose him, you have not lost a war. Stand, endure, and remain faithful. God is not finished with you yet.